Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. What is up, my friend? Jesse Listenfields here. Another episode, Healthy, Loving Relationship. It's here where we understand and we firmly believe it is only when you truly begin to have love for yourself, unapologetically, inside and out, that's when and only when you will begin to receive that love from that man in your life. We talking about intuition today. And I'm going to be quite honest with you. Chances are you are not using your intuition. You're not using your God-given intuition. And it's a shame, right? It's actually painful to watch, right? I see so many women and so many relationships or in the dating scene, they're simply not using their God-given intuition. And why I say God-given is because, yes, as human beings, on a certain level, we all have intuition. But there's something very special that I believe that God has implanted in every single woman. And it's that intuition. It's that ability to see inside themselves, right? And I admire that as a man, right? So I'm telling you as a man, you need to use your intuition more, especially when it comes to dating and relationships, right? So I want to offer you some questions that you need to be asking yourself, especially if you're out here dating, or in particular when you're in the beginning phases or just in a relationship with a man. All right, so just taken from my book, Receiving Love is an Inside Job, available on Amazon right now. Got some questions for you. First question, you better be asking yourself, is this man currently in another relationship? That is not a silly question, because most women don't even care to ask such a question. They're just excited to be in a relationship. But you better ask such a question. And I think oftentimes women are afraid to ask questions because they simply don't want to hear the answer, right? But you have to ask questions, right? Another question. What short-term and long-term goals does this man have? Listen, I hear so many women say, he got potential. No. Forget about all that. What I actually appreciate more is when women start to consider not his potential, but what is his projection, right? Because projection implies basing his future based on his present and his past, right? So not does he have potential, but what is his projection, right? Based on what you already know about him, based on already what he is doing, in what direction do you see this man going, right? So another question, growing up, what was his relationship with the women in his family like? Especially his mother. I'm telling you, this is a key indicator that will give you an idea in terms of how he will be treating you, right? Did he see loving relationships growing up, right? Because we tend to do what we know, right? So you have to ask that question. Another important question. And I'll just say this. What is this man's temperament in times of anger? Right? See, this is the thing. Oftentimes when you're dealing with a man, especially in the very beginning, men tend to be quick to move things along, right? And unfortunately, some men, why they do that, because they don't want you to use your intuition, right? They want to move things along as fast as humanly possible. Take it from just getting familiar with you to getting acquainted and hopefully to get intimate, right? They want to move things as fast as along as possible because they don't want you to think. They don't want you to use intuition. And I've had so many conversations with women and they ask, well, what's perhaps one of the single things I can do to be able to filter out, right, or to vet men? And I tell them time and more time. Because when you put time between you and that man who says he wants to get to know you, you begin to separate the men who are serious for the ones who are just interested in the low-hanging fruit, right? Because the ones who are just interested in the low-hanging fruit, you put time between you and them, they're going to move on, right? But if that man truly sees you as value, he's not going to mind waiting, right? So time and more time. But you must ask questions at every point of the relationship. Don't start asking these questions when you're 6 months committed, right? And your heart is invested. You have to ask questions. Ask these questions even before you begin dating, right? Ask the questions when you first meet that guy. And you definitely want to ask these questions as things become more serious. I promise you, if you begin to ask more questions and take time to dig in within yourself to discover the answers and actually pay attention to these answers and not just run away or ignore these answers, your dating life, your love life, boom, is going to go off the charts in the direction where you want to go, and closer to that point where you will have that man who will love and appreciate you like you deserve. So if you want more information just like this, you need to jump on to Healthy Loving Relationship, where I show you how to stop being taken for granted and begin to receive that love and appreciation you desire. Well, until next time, this is Jesse Listen Fields. You take care of yourself.